Class 10th, let's continue our chapter number 1, the Union Parliament. Previous chapter, we discussed about the universal electoral franchise and parliamentary constituency, qualifications and disqualifications of Lok Sabha members. Now, today, we'll talk about oath or affirmation by members. Every member of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha shall, before taking his seat, take an oath or make an affirmation that he will bear true faith and allegiance to the constitution of country, will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and will faithfully discharge the duty upon which he is about to enter. So before entering Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, these houses, each and every member takes oath, right? So what they promise that they will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India, will uphold, will protect the sovereignty and integrity of India, and will faithfully discharge or faithfully perform their duty upon which he or she is about to enter that houses, right? We have vacation of seats. The seat of a member of either houses becomes vacant in the following manners. Number one, if a member resigns his seat by writing to the Speaker or the Chairman of Rajya Sabha and Speaker of Lok Sabha, as the case may be, right? If the member himself or herself resigns from the post. Number two, if a member is without permission of the House, absent from all meetings for a period of 60 days. So he or she should be present in the meeting, right? In all the meetings for a period of 60 days. If he or she remains absent, then, and that too without permission of House, then that member has to resign from his office or her office. If a member becomes subject to any of disqualifications laid down in the Constitution or an Act of Parliament or on ground of defection. So, this already we have discussed that disqualification, if that member disqualifies, if he or she disqualifies, right? So if one is so disqualified under any law made by Parliament. So next is quorum of the House. A quorum is the minimum number of members required to be present before a meeting is allowed to begin. The quorum to constitute a meeting of the House is 1/10 of the total number of members. This includes the Speaker or the person who presides over the meeting. Thus, at least 55 members should be present at the beginning of the sitting each day. So, quorum of the House means before each and every meeting, the minimum number of members should be present, required to be present there. That means 1/10. So 1/10 of the total member should be present before the meeting start. So 1/10 of total member means 1/10 of Lok Sabha, we know 545. So 545 means 55 members. So this 55 members, including whom? Including Speaker or the person who presides over the meeting, right? So this is quorum. This number is quorum of the House. So this 55 members should be present or required, a minimum number of members required to be present before a meeting starts. Next topic is salary and allowances of members. So both the members, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha member, they are entitled to receive salaries and allowances as may from time to time be determined by Parliament. So besides these salaries, they also get allowances, right? So allowances like office allowance and constituency allowance, right? And in 2011, the local area development fund was increased from 2 crore to 5 crore per PM, per member of parliament. Per MP. MP means member of parliament, for carrying out development work in the constituency every year. So the local area development fund has been raised from 2 crore to 5 crore. Nowadays, one MP is getting how much? 5 crore rupees for carrying out development work in their area, in their constituency every year, right? Now, languages to be used in Parliament. Business in Parliament is transacted in English or in Hindi, right? The Speaker of the Lok Sabha and the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha may permit any member who cannot adequately express himself in Hindi or in English to address the House in his mother tongue, right? So, languages to be used in Parliament is only Hindi or English, right? But the speaker or the chairman may give that person, that member, to speak in his or her mother tongue, right? Next topic, we have leader of opposition. For the success of a parliamentary democracy, the opposition has, that means the opposition party has to play a very important role, key role, right? In Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, party gets recognition as a parliamentary party if it has 1/10 of the total membership of the House, right? The leaders of the largest among the opposition parties are recognized as leaders of opposition in both houses. An act of parliament bestowed on them the same status as is enjoyed by a union cabinet minister. So, the leader of opposition. So here it's written, for a success of any parliamentary or democratic government, the opposition has to play a key role, or the opposition has to be very very strong, because opposition means through questioning and through through questioning, they may ask the ruling party how they are governing and how they are conducting on the burning issues, right? And without opposition, the ruling party could not know what because the opposition party or the opposition is equally responsible in upholding the best interest of the people of the country, right? So it has main role, which is constructive criticism of the government, right? Okay, now next is very important topic, Speaker of the Lok Sabha. So, Speaker is also known by Principal Presiding Officer of the Lok Sabha. Election of the Speaker. How Speaker is elected. Speaker of the Lok Sabha is elected by the House from among its members only. Among its members means Lok Sabha members by a simple majority of members present and voting. Now, the Constitution also provides for the office of the Deputy Speaker also. So, why Deputy Speaker? Because In absence of speaker, the deputy speaker will perform that duty, right? If the speaker is absent, or if he or she is ill, then in that case, or in any other case, the deputy speaker will will perform his or her duty as a speaker in that way, right? Now, next is panel of chairpersons. Now, panel of chairpersons means if the speaker and the deputy speaker both are absent from a sitting, in that case, what will happen? In that case, one of the members of the house out of a panel of 6 chairpersons presides. So, and that chairperson, one of the chairpersons will be chosen by the speaker, right? So that chairperson will perform the duty of speaker, right? In the case of in absence of both speaker and deputy speaker. Now, next is removal of the speaker. The speaker holds of office until he ceases to be a member of the house or until he himself resigns, right? So speaker means he or she holds the office until he himself or she herself resigns from the office, right? He can be removed from his or her office by a resolution passed by a majority of all the then members of the house. The speaker does not vacate his office on the dissolution of the house also, right? So we know after every 5 years the house gets dissolved, right? But in that also in that condition or in that time also, the speaker does not vacate his office. He vacates it immediately before the first meeting of the newly constituted house, right? Now, next topic we have role, powers, and functions of the speaker. Powers and functions of the speaker may be stated as follows. Number one, regulates debates and proceedings of the House. Speaker presides over meetings of the House, Lok Sabha House. All speeches and remarks are addressed to the chair. Addressed to the chair means addressed to the speaker. The Speaker decides the admissibility of questions and all resolutions. He is the final judge to decide on the admissibility of a motion of adjournment. All bills passed by the House are authenticated by his signatures before they are sent to the Rajya Sabha for its consideration or to the President for his assent. If any question arises whether a bill is a money bill or not, the decision of the Speaker thereon shall be final. The Speaker shall not vote in the first instance, but when the votes for and against a proposal are equal, then the Speaker gives a casting vote. This vote decides whether or not the proposal will be passed. Speaker is the in charge of the meeting of the house, right? And speaker only decides whether to admit or the admissibility of the questions and the admissibility of the resolutions, right? So he is like the final judge to decide on the admissibility of the questions and all the resolutions. All bills passed by the House, that means Lok Sabha, are authenticated by his signatures before they are sent to Rajya Sabha. As we all know, this we are talking about bill, so that whether that bill is money bill or ordinary bill, before sending it to Rajya Sabha, that has to be authenticated by the speaker. That means signatures, by his or her signatures, right? Okay, now if any question arises whether the bill is money bill or not, that also that decision of the speaker thereon shall be final. For today, children, we'll continue with the same chapter in the next video. Thank you.